All right, YouTube. This is going to be a video basically on why your damage is not good. A lot of people are returning to the game. A lot of people are playing the gauntlets, and they're starting to fail. But new and returning, even though we have all the season things to increase, things you need to do to increase your damage. First and foremost, you need to go over to your gear tab, enhancement level, and this can get up to level 60 now. These four tabs are key to your damage. So you want to make sure that all four of these are good. Secondly, you want to make sure that your gear is attuned all the way. So as many stats as possible with the thumbs up that are recommended, and you want to make sure that your damage skills are all good to go. And depending on your build, you also want to match your gear. For example, I use Rain Whisper on my weapon set, and I use Moonflare on my armor. So Rain Whisper, Moonflare, I'm a tank. They go together. That gives me a bonus as well as on your bow and your ring. You can also uh, set these. Now I use String Shot. That's because that gives me crit rate. So I am a crit build being a tank, so I want to target crit. So tuning all my gear, trying to get as much crit as possible, as high as possible. That's only one part, one factor. A huge, huge, huge factor that a lot of people overlook is in your talents. So the game gives you more talents than what any skill tree is. The easiest way to unlock your talents is, I know you don't want to quest, I know you don't want to do your story missions. It gives you so many talent points. So do your story, do your other things, and in here talent there's a lot of damage that you get out of your talent points. I've maxed mine out, and as you can see, my gear score is 35,690. I want it to be 700, so I'm probably gonna do some tweaking here. Another thing is under here, under your martial arts, your actual martial arts, the two weapons that you want them to be as high as possible. So right now we're at level 100, max out at 100. Make sure you do that. And then here is actually one of the biggest key things. Your actual build is from your inner ways. Morale chant, every build, you know what I mean? Getting these to T6 gives you a stupid amount of damage. So if I would go here to my breakthrough, like you could just look, crit rate, like other things. As long as it's your build and it works with your build, getting these to T6, that gives you a lot of damage. Now, something that is very slept on because people don't want to do the exploration are your oddities. So we have an oddity vendor in multiple places, and the goal is to go to each and come out their tree. So you got an oddity vendor in Queen Huh, you got an oddity vendor in Kaifeng, you got an oddity vendor in the Imperial Palace. So that's two in one area, so that's three. You got an oddity vendor in the new area, which I'm working to get my oddities there. I haven't maxed out that tree. But you have an oddity vendor in Husi. So I, out of the five oddity vendors in the game right now, I have four of them maxed out. So the only one that I don't have maxed out right now is this dude over here. But if I go over there, I'll show you that what I'm targeting with my tree is things that increase damage, gear score, things like that. The higher your gear score, the stronger you will be.
I hear a faction of Chongqi artificers have been causing real trouble outside.
So if
So
I
they
go over
say.
here,
Rumor is they
I
trace
do
their
my
roots
little
all the way
run.
back to the Qin era Chongqi artificers.
With the order sealing off the mountain, getting out is no easy feat. Our mode are brilliant.
Do my little run, talk to him, submit oddities. So, looking at my oddities, I don't grab the things that are until I clear out everything that gives gear score. Things I give like drop rate, I typically skip them. So I build up here, come down here, over there, and I made it pretty far. There's still more oddities for me to collect in this area, but as you can see, there's shouldn't be too many. Um, but what I'm going to target instead of when I look at this one gives monster damage, but only in the Hidden Mountain realm. So I'm not going to take that. What I'm going to take is this one, which is the Melody of Grace plus HP. So I'm going to take that HP. So all this together all culminates. So if I go to my Develop tab, I go to my Details, all together under my Combat Attributes, because it all combines, we're going to be looking at max HP, max Ki, physical attack. So my physical attack, my minimum is 1373. My max is 2737. Attribute attack is 380 to 1067. So you're looking at that and you're like, oh, that's a big gap. However, because remember, I am a crit build, my critical rate is 116% chance. My precision is 120% chance. Affinity, I don't use affinity, I'm a crit build, but it is still at 22% chance. So when I'm fighting, I'm critting almost all the time. So when it goes to my final critical and affinity rate, that's 87.6% chance. And that's before my buffs. So as a tank, when I do my rotation, and I'm going to show you guys here real quick. What is it? So this is without food buffs right now. But as a tank, what you want to do is make sure you are comboing correctly. You know what I mean? So always open up your combo with your war, get that, and then buff up. Once your shield is like that and you're glowing red, see how easy it is to just delete these mobs? Stupid easy. As well, your mystic skills, make sure you're increasing those. That does help with gear score as well. But this is mainly for your actual damage. So once you have all those things set, you'll be basically deleting mobs and other things like that, not only as a tank, but as any other build. So as long as you prioritize your overall gear, then what you can do, oh, I did forget to mention it, your Divine Craft. If you need to level it up, max out your Divine Craft, and your Arsenal. You do need to max that out. You don't have to get them as high as I did because I min-max everything. But if you at least get them all yellow, you get the bonuses from it. As you can see, I get max attack from my arsenal. I get 131, stone split attack 263, and I get 27,000 additional HP. And you want to make sure that. So I am a tank. I'm going to use the tank. If you're not a tank, you'll use whatever. You lose too much gear score and damage by using General. Do not use General. Use something that actually is with your build. All right, so that's for the most part. Any questions, comments, feedback, concerns, just leave it down in the comments. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. It's been Taj, Vanguard Taj. Have a good one. Peace.